I am so thrilled because I've been telling you guys about this series that I've been watching on Netflix. It's called Voices of Fire, and it's following Pharrell Williams' uncle, Bishop Ezekiel Williams. He is a musician around the Hampton Roads, Virginia area, and they are doing this choir competition. Now, I have Patrick Reddick on the phone with me. And Patrick, you are a choir master with all this background, even working with one of my favorite people in the whole wide world, Ricky Dillard.
Yes.
Man, how are you?
I'm so great. I'm so excited and just glad to be alive.
Yeah, amen. Especially right about now, right?
Especially right about now. Oh, my goodness.
I have had a chance to preview Voices of Fire, and I want you to explain a little bit about how this came about with Pharrell.
Pharrell lives every day of his life larger than life.
Yes.
I believe if Pharrell was having a garage sale, he would hire Nordstrom's retailer or somebody to manage and to execute the garage sale. That's just how Pharrell is.
For sure.
And so he was discussing some things with his uncle, for helping the church and excelling the church and ministry and some different things they desire to do. And his uncle was saying he wanted a choir, and Pharrell was like, yeah, because I want to do some things inspirationally in music. Why don't we put together a choir? He said, but we should do it multicultural, and really make gospel music what it once was years ago, where gospel music was the influencer instead of being influenced.
Right.
And they gave me a call, and when they called me, of course, I grew up around them. Then I'm like, yeah, I got a lot going on my schedule. I still work a day job, but I'm like, hey, this is what y'all want to do. Whatever you need. Now, I knew it was going to be big. I just didn't know it was going to go all the way to Netflix.
Yeah, absolutely. So there was this call for people to come and audition for this choir, and they weren't looking for your average everyday choir member, although there was a lot of that. But talk about multicultural, and also just people are different, and as Bishop says, unicorns.
Yes. Just a treat. If I was a bystander, I would have bought a ticket just to sit in on the auditions. There were some that were bad, but the majority were not good. They were amazing.
Yeah.
It was to the point that I was drained.
I can see that.
I was literally drained because it was just overwhelming. I'm looking like, hey, I've been in this area a long time, been doing music about 30 years. I got my own choirs pretty known, this and the third. I pretty much know who's who.
Yeah.
But who is this sister coming in with this guitar? Who is this dude coming with the harmonica? And they're singing to us like this. And I'm feeling some kind of way because you're too talented. You should have been, taken off years ago.
Yeah.
And so it was just a treat.
I just got blown away by and people have to watch it to see what I'm talking about, the twins.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Brennan and Tilden, yes.
Oh my gosh, it was just so amazing. So I love this because you guys also weave the backstories of some of the people who are in the choir. You had to make some major cuts, and you only had like 20 days to debut this choir?
Yes. It was so much pressure.
Yeah.
So much pressure. When we were underway, I was thinking we had maybe another 2 to 3 months.
Yeah.
And then Bishop pulls me in and is like, no, sir, you have weeks to get this concert together. And the crazy thing is we hadn't even had our first rehearsal.
What if you were made for this?
On the phone with Patrick Reddick. He is the choir master involved in the new series on Netflix called Voices of Fire. And Patrick, I am so thrilled about this. How do you think people are going to feel about gospel music and choir music once they see this?
I feel really, really good about it. I think it's going to bring an awareness to the idea that we are better together. When you talk about gospel, which is the good news of Jesus Christ, that's for everybody. And then when you consider music, which is the only universal language in the world, and you put gospel and music together, that says by itself everybody. And with all that's going on, we're so divided. I think this show is going to send a great message of healing,
Yeah.
and reconciliation. It's going to cause people that ordinarily would not have considered or thought one way to possibly think another way. I know for myself, I formed some amazing relationships with a lot of the singers that I ordinarily would not have. Not that I've ever had any racial hangups or anything, but sometimes we get in our own routine and our
For
day-to-day
sure.
operations, and we're around who we're around.
Right.
And to say that there's one soprano show, Maria, she's a little tiny thing. She has stole my heart. That is my friend. That is my sister friend, you know. And I'll text her and giggle, and we're just cut up from day to day, and it's
Wow.
authentic.
Yeah.
It's authentic, you know, and I think that's what's going to bless the people the most. That, and it's going to, like I said, put people back in the mindset that, hey, gospel music is where it's always been.
Yeah.
All of your favorite, those that were somebody, even we talk about Beyonce, they came from the church.
Yeah. Yeah.
But somewhere along the way in gospel music, we begin to look to the secular music for our inspiration when we were created to be the influencers. And that's where it's going.
Yeah. You know what, Patrick? I agree with you totally. Just the trailer alone gives me chills.
Yeah.
I grew up in the church and just listening to gospel music. And when that right note just hits your sha-na-na, it's like nothing like it.
Woo, yes.
It is nothing like it. And you had plenty of that. And like I said, I'm looking forward to seeing the rest of it. The name of it is
The Voices of Fire.
and it is definitely that on Netflix right now. Patrick Reddick, thank you so much. You are a choir master of choir masters.
Thank you so much for having me, and thank you for that compliment.